As the Buddha once shared, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. These simple words capture the spirit of Zen Buddhism and point to a way of life that is naturally aligned with the present, the now, and the flow of life. Zen teaches us that life flows with greater ease when we aren't constantly trying to control outcomes, force actions, or manipulate situations. This way of living, which emphasizes harmony with each moment, encourages us to fully experience life's journey rather than stressing over our destination. Zen Buddhism isn't merely an abstract philosophy. It's a practical guide to navigating life. From reducing stress to finding joy in simple moments, Zen's teachings offer a pathway to living authentically. Today, we'll dive into 13 essential principles, each offering profound insights into creating a life where each action and thought is intentional, each moment meaningful, and each step aligned with the greater flow of life. 1. Embracing impermanence. One of the most fundamental teachings in Zen Buddhism is the concept of impermanence, or anicca. The idea that everything changes is both liberating and challenging. When we reflect on impermanence, we acknowledge that all things are in a constant state of flux, whether it's the seasons, our relationships, or even our own thoughts and emotions. From the birth and death of stars in the cosmos to the blooming and wilting of a single flower, everything has its time, and everything passes. This teaching invites us to view each moment, each experience, as temporary and precious. Take, for instance, the way we enjoy a beautiful sunset. We know it will soon disappear, so we savor it while it lasts. In our daily lives, embracing impermanence means appreciating the present without clinging to it. When we try to freeze or capture what's transient, we often cause ourselves unnecessary suffering. Impermanence teaches us to approach life's beauty with gratitude, knowing that its fleeting nature is what makes it so special. By accepting that all things are transient, we can release our grip on attachments, which in turn reduces our stress and anxiety. Instead of feeling devastated when change inevitably occurs, we are resilient, knowing that change is part of the natural flow of life. Embracing impermanence allows us to flow with the tides of life, to cherish each experience fully, and to let go when the time comes. 2. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness, or being fully present, is the beating heart of Zen practice. Living mindfully means being completely engaged in each moment, free from distractions and judgments. In our modern world, our minds often drift between regrets about the past and worries about the future, robbing us of the richness of the present. Mindfulness brings us back to the here and now. By paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, we can navigate life with greater clarity and calm. Consider how you feel when you're truly engaged in an activity, whether it's cooking, drawing, or simply watching a child play. Mindfulness creates a deep connection with life's ordinary moments, making them extraordinary. This practice can be applied to nearly every aspect of life, from eating and walking to working and socializing. When we live mindfully, we become aware of the small, beautiful details that often go unnoticed, like the warmth of the sun or the sound of rain. Moreover, mindfulness frees us from overthinking and helps us respond to situations with greater intention. Instead of reacting out of habit, we choose our actions with care, making life richer and more peaceful. 3. The art of letting go. Letting go is central to Zen and one of its most transformative teachings. We all hold on to various attachments, whether they're possessions, people, ideas, or expectations. These attachments often weigh us down, creating mental and emotional strain. Zen teaches that to find true freedom, we must learn to let go. But what does letting go truly mean? It doesn't mean abandoning our goals or caring less about our values. Rather, it involves releasing the need to control every outcome. We often hold on to a specific vision of how things should be, but this rigid approach can lead to frustration and disappointment. By letting go, we surrender our need for control and open ourselves to whatever life brings. Take, for example, the experience of a musician performing on stage. If they are overly attached to delivering a perfect performance, they may feel paralyzed by anxiety. However, if they let go and allow the music to flow naturally, they connect deeply with the audience and the music itself. Letting go teaches us to trust the process rather than force the outcome, allowing life's beauty to emerge naturally. 4. Discovering the power of silence. Silence is often overlooked in our fast-paced, noise-filled lives. However, Zen sees silence not as an absence, but as a profound presence. Incorporating silence into our daily routine creates space for introspection, self-awareness, and clarity. In the quiet, we connect with ourselves on a deeper level, free from external distractions. Silence offers us the opportunity to recharge mentally and emotionally, which is crucial for resilience. In these quiet moments, we can listen to our inner voice, understand our true needs, and observe our thoughts without judgment. This process fosters a sense of peace and stability that enhances our ability to handle challenges. Practicing silence can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to sit quietly, breathe, and let thoughts pass without clinging to them. In silence, we find a sanctuary within ourselves, a place where we can return whenever life becomes overwhelming. Over time, this practice builds a deep inner peace that radiates outward, positively affecting our interactions with others. 5. Practicing compassion and kindness. Compassion and kindness are core values in Zen Buddhism, and they extend far beyond simply being nice to others. These practices are transformative, reshaping how we see and interact with the world. Compassion allows us to recognize our shared humanity and to connect with others in a meaningful way. By understanding that all beings experience suffering and joy, we can approach each interaction with empathy. Kindness and compassion are practices that enrich not only the lives of others, but also our own. Studies in psychology show that helping others can boost our own happiness and even improve physical health. When we act with compassion, we let go of ego-driven desires, such as the need for approval or superiority. Instead, we become more aware of our interconnectedness and see that our actions impact those around us. Compassion also extends to ourselves. By being kind to ourselves, we foster self-acceptance and reduce self-criticism. This self-compassion builds resilience, helping us handle life's ups and downs with grace. Through compassion, we not only improve our well-being, but also create a ripple effect, encouraging others to act with kindness. 6. Accepting reality as it is. Acceptance is a cornerstone of Zen philosophy, teaching us to embrace life as it unfolds. Life is full of ups and downs, and while we can't always control what happens, we can choose how we respond. Resistance to reality, whether it's in the form of denial, anger, or frustration, only creates suffering. Acceptance, on the other hand, brings peace. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or passivity. Rather, it means acknowledging the present moment without trying to change it. By accepting things as they are, we conserve our energy for what truly matters. For example, if we're faced with a challenging situation, acceptance allows us to calmly assess our options, rather than wasting energy wishing things were different. This principle invites us to live in harmony with the present, fully engaging with what is. When we accept reality, we free ourselves from the mental strain of resisting it. This acceptance fosters resilience, allowing us to adapt and grow in response to life's challenges. 7. Practicing non-attachment to outcomes. Non-attachment to outcomes is a practice that encourages us to focus on our efforts rather than fixating on specific results. Often we measure success by outcomes, but this mindset can lead to disappointment when things don't go as planned. Zen teaches us that true success lies in the quality of our actions and intentions, not in achieving a particular result. Consider a gardener planting seeds. They can tend to the soil, water the plants, and provide sunlight, but they cannot guarantee that every seed will grow. Similarly, we can give our best effort, but the outcome is often beyond our control. By focusing on the process rather than the end result, we find joy in our actions without being attached to a specific outcome. Non-attachment allows us to approach life with a sense of freedom. When we're not bound to outcomes, we're more resilient, open to new possibilities, and better able to adapt to unexpected situations. This mindset also reduces stress and fosters inner peace, as we learn to find contentment in the journey itself. 8. Finding joy in simplicity. Zen Buddhism places great value on simplicity, encouraging us to find joy in life's ordinary moments. In a society that often equates happiness with material success, Zen teaches that true contentment lies in appreciating the simple things that money cannot buy. Finding joy in simplicity means slowing down and being present. When we're mindful, we can appreciate the warmth of sunlight, the sound of birdsong, or the taste of a home-cooked meal. These moments, while seemingly small, can bring a deep sense of satisfaction and gratitude. Living simply also reduces the pressure to constantly pursue more, freeing us from the cycle of comparison and consumerism. This shift allows us to live more authentically, in alignment with our true values. When we find joy in the small things, we realize that happiness isn't found in material wealth, but in a life lived with intention and awareness. 9. Trusting intuition. Intuition is a powerful guide that Zen encourages us to trust. It's an inner wisdom that arises from a place of calm awareness and deeper understanding. While rational thought has its place, intuition offers insights that may bypass analytical reasoning, allowing us to make decisions that feel right. Trusting our intuition doesn't mean ignoring logic. Instead, it's about balancing the two, allowing our inner wisdom to complement our analytical mind. Intuition often arises when we're fully present, free from mental clutter. By cultivating mindfulness, we clear the space needed to hear our intuitive guidance. When we act on our intuition, we often feel aligned with our values and experience a sense of peace, even when facing uncertainty. This trust in ourselves enables us to navigate life with confidence and ease, opening doors to opportunities we might have otherwise missed. 10. Embracing solitude. Zen sees solitude not as isolation, but as a valuable space for self-discovery and renewal. Solitude allows us to step away from external influences and reconnect with our inner selves. In this quiet space, we gain clarity, insight, and peace. Solitude fosters creativity and introspection, as it provides the mental freedom needed to explore our thoughts without distraction. Many artists, writers, and thinkers find that time alone is essential for inspiration and problem-solving. In solitude, we can reflect on our lives, set intentions, and understand ourselves more deeply. Regular solitude also improves our relationships with others. By understanding ourselves better, we bring greater authenticity to our interactions, fostering connections based on mutual respect and empathy. Embracing solitude allows us to recharge, making us more present and compassionate in our relationships. 11. Practicing mindful eating. Mindful eating is a practice rooted in Zen that transforms meals into moments of gratitude and awareness. Instead of rushing through meals, mindful eating encourages us to slow down, savor each bite, and appreciate the food's journey to our plates. Mindful eating involves fully engaging the senses, from noticing the colors and textures of the food to savoring its flavors and aromas. This practice not only enhances the pleasure of eating, but also helps us tune into our body's hunger and fullness signals, promoting healthier habits. Beyond physical nourishment, mindful eating fosters a sense of gratitude. We recognize the interconnectedness of life, acknowledging the efforts of those who grew, harvested, and prepared our food. This gratitude enriches our experience, reminding us of our place within the larger web of life. 12. Reducing the ego's influence. Zen teaches that a life centered around the ego often leads to conflict and dissatisfaction. The ego, which is driven by the need for validation and control, separates us from others. By reducing its influence, we cultivate empathy and open ourselves to genuine connection. Mindfulness and meditation are tools that help us observe ego-driven thoughts without being controlled by them. This awareness allows us to choose responses aligned with our values rather than reacting out of ego. As we reduce the ego's influence, we experience greater inner peace and a sense of unity with others. Living with less ego enables us to move through life with greater ease, focusing on meaningful connections rather than competition. We become more compassionate, understanding that we're all part of a shared experience. 13. Living fully in the moment. Living fully in the moment is a fundamental Zen teaching, encouraging us to embrace each experience as it is, free from regrets about the past or worries about the future. By being present, we can savor life's beauty and approach each situation with authenticity and spontaneity. Letting go of attachments to past or future reduces stress and opens us to life's endless possibilities. When we live in the moment, we find joy in the present, unburdened by unmet expectations or fears. This mindfulness enriches each experience, making even the ordinary moments extraordinary. Embracing Zen principles such as impermanence, letting go, mindfulness, and compassion teaches us to move with life instead of forcing it. These teachings offer a pathway to deeper self-awareness, greater harmony, and peace. By letting go of the need to control and appreciating each present moment, life becomes a beautiful journey filled with contentment and joy. May these Zen insights inspire you to create a life where each moment is an opportunity to grow, reflect, and connect with the essence of your true self.